Hey campers, I'm Ranger Braden. I'm a camp ranger at the Atlanta Area Council Boy Scouts of America, here at Woodruff Scout Camp. Today we're going to be working on some signage, as well as letting you in on some of the insights of what it is to be a camp ranger. Ready? Let's get started. Alright, so you may have asked yourself, what does a camp ranger do? No, we're not that kind of a ranger. If you asked anyone who had ever worked at a BSA summer camp, what does a camp ranger do all day? They probably would tell you, we fix clogged toilets. While that is true, we do that, we also get to do a lot of different things. In fact, why I think I've got the best job in the world is because of all the cool things I get to do. For instance, a few months ago, we put up a sign on one of our program areas. Now, included with this sign, we were supposed to put the camp's logo, which is a W on a circle. Now, unfortunately, that sign came with a square background. How to get rid of these edges? At first, I thought maybe I'll mark the center, use a string to draw a circle around, and then cut it out with a jigsaw or a bandsaw, sand around the edges. But everything that could go wrong with that just made me nauseous.
I don't feel very good.
Safe to say, I wanted an easier way. Now, I was watching YouTube a few days ago, and Adam Savage came to my rescue. I'll try and link his video up here in the corner. If not, it'll be down in the description below. He was working on his Captain America replica shield. Boy, do I wish I could afford one of those. But his simple solution, using a router to cut out a circle in metal, is what's going to help us turn this square sign into a circle one. Okay, before we can cut the edges out on this, we got to create a jigama-thinger. Now, I've taken my router and a scrap piece of wood, and I've traced it out so that we can cut this, so that we can attach the router here, attach the sign over here, and use it as a compass to cut out that perfect circle. Now, before we cut to a woodworking montage, we got to go over this video's safety tip. When working on a ladder, never step back to admire your work. And now to the woodworking montage. Coming down. Alright, so here it is, my thingamajigger. I've attached it to the router so that we can make that perfect circular cut. Turned out okay. Not as well as Mr. Savage's, but functionality will prevail. Our next step is going to need some spray adhesive and some foam core board. I picked these up from my local hardware store. I won't tell you where because I'm afraid of copyright infringement, but I'll give you a hint. Starts with an H, ends with a Home Depot. So this stuff cost me about $25, and next step will be to cut this out to fit our sign. Makes it a lot easier if you got a sharp razor blade. And that's it. Now it says to put 2 to 3 coats on here, so I'm putting 2 to 3 coats. Now we sit and wait. Alright, it's got tacky now, so we're going to just put this on. Make sure you put some weight on it. If I had a roller, I would roll it, but I don't. Alright, so the next step, we've got to find the middle of this sign. Now, it's really close, but it's not exact. This circle is actually placed just a hair off from the center of the square. So I'm going to try and figure that out here without doing too much extra work. I found the center. I'm going to put a hole into it. Be really careful. I don't want that close to center as possible. All right, here we go. And there you go. Using a router and the sage and ever enthusiastic advice of Adam Savage, we have turned this square sign into a round one. Now it's projects like these that make me love being a camp ranger. Now if you've ever wanted to know what it's like to be a camp ranger, we actually have a ton of opportunities up here for volunteers to come up and give some of their time to help us do projects like these. There's a link down in the description where you can actually fill out a form that'll add you to our email list. This video is sponsored by the Atlanta Area Council, Boy Scouts of America. You can actually visit their webpage at atlantabsa.org. On there you can find ways to volunteer to help the youth of your community to become better people. Alright you guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the trail.